I'm trying to do this very casual vibe for this video, which I hope you guys like. If you do, make sure you let me know. So you guys know that I was a K-pop idol. For a music program, I had to wake up at like 3-4 a.m. just to go to what we call shop, or like a hair and makeup salon, to get our hair and makeup done. A very quick thing, if you guys don't know a lot about K-pop idols, after you release an album, you go to a music program and you promote your music. But back in the day, I sound so old saying that, there would be 6 programs a week, and you would do that every single day for a minimum of a week, or maybe like a maximum of like 2 months. For me, we did like a month and a half, or about a month, I think. Wake up at 3 a.m, get your hair and makeup done, and then you go to the broadcasting station, and then you do your dress rehearsal, and then you wait a little bit, and then you do your camera rehearsal, and then you do your live show. It's just literally an entire day dedicated to the music program, and your skin is just sitting there with all this foundation and all this makeup. That's, you know, kind of the reason why it's really crucial to take care of your skin, especially if you're an idol, because you have so much makeup on your skin, not just for a couple of hours, but like for the entire day. I always thought if you apply a good amount of moisturizer like on your face, I was like, I'll be just dabbing it on my face and be like, oh, like my makeup artist is gonna, you know, it's gonna love what I did because I put so much moisturizer on my face. You know, the foundation is gonna stick to my face. It's gonna be so easy for her to apply makeup on my face. But no, I was wrong. The first thing she'd be doing is like, and then she would say, Lex, you put on too much.
아니 기초를 덜 바르라고 왜 이렇게 많이 발랐어?
I actually put on too much skincare, thinking that it would make my foundation stick more, but it's actually the opposite. If you apply too many products before your makeup or your foundation, your skin, rather than having it like soak it all in and absorb it, it's gonna spit out the foundation. Basically what my makeup artist did to me was she wiped everything off my face, all the moisturizer that I put on, and then she redid my skincare again. And speaking of makeup, I will be getting into makeup later on in my channel, so stick around for that. So back to what I learned about skincare, especially skin prep. I know you're all busy in the morning. I used to do this too. So I would, you know, you use a toner, use a serum, use a moisturizer, use a sunscreen, just back to back, just slather it on without waiting. But I learned that if you don't wait in between each step, the products that you apply are just like sitting on top of each other, and eventually there's going to become a whole clump. So what you need to do is wait about 30 seconds to a minute after you apply each product. I know that sounds like a lot. You know, you can use your hands to kind of like dry it out a little bit, but I did find out that your toner and your serum, you don't necessarily have to wait in between because they're just very light. But after your serum, when you apply your moisturizer, it's kind of better to wait about 30 seconds or about to a minute. Or like I said, you can use your hands to kind of like fan it out and let it dry for your skin to actually soak it in before the next product comes on. And when taking care of your skin, remember 2 things. The first one is consistent. So same product every day for weeks, for months, for years even, doing the same thing, same routine over and over again, rather than adding another random step to your skincare. And number 2, it's preventive. So the philosophy behind skincare and skin protection isn't fix my face overnight. It's more like protect my skin over time. That's also another reason why SPF sunscreen is not optional. It is mandatory. It is crucial. And if you guys have not seen me ramble about sunscreen and SPF, make sure to go check out this video. And also double cleansing matters, especially if you applied sunscreen or if you applied makeup, but we'll get to double cleansing in a separate video because that's more of a night routine. So basically the morning routine comes down to 3 steps, or 3 goals, shall I call them: cleanse, hydrate, and sunscreen. What I use to get to these 3 goals are 5 steps, and I know, bear with me, these 5 products can even sound overwhelming if you are new to skincare. First, I do cleanse, I use a toner, serum, moisturizer, and sunscreen. So these are the 5 things that I have been doing and that are crucial for skin health and for skin protection. Each one has a specific job, which I'll get to in just a bit. Why we do this is that your skin, it wasn't dirty overnight. While you sleep, you have excess oil, you have the products you applied the night before, or you have sweat, and what you want to do in the morning is gently cleanse that off. That's why I have the cleanser. Let me actually bring my cleanser. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this Round Lab 1025 Dokdo cleanser, and this one, it's so soft and so smooth. I've been actually testing out this cleanser for another video, and I have been loving this so much, and I've been using it every single day, either as the cleanser in the morning or as the last cleanser, or the second cleanser, I guess, that I use at night. What I like about this, it's very hydrating, and the foam, It's so soft and so like, it kind of feels like the foam that you get on top of a hot cappuccino. It kind of literally feels like that. It's so soft and so gentle on the skin. And I think the ingredients that matter, especially for a cleanser, you want a low pH cleanser, because high pH cleansers, they disrupt your skin barrier. So you want something that is kind of similar to your skin pH level, which is about 5. So the ingredients for this one: sodium cocoyl isethionate, often referred to baby foam, coconut-derived cleansing ingredient, and it basically cleanses the skin without stripping away a natural oil or disrupting your skin barrier. So that baby foam is what I was talking about. So soft and so gentle. It feels good. Another ingredient is sodium methyl cocoyl taurate. Like I said, I'm not a dermatologist, okay? So this is another very gentle coconut-based ingredient. There's another ingredient, cocoa betaine. This is a supporting ingredient that works alongside the other two, and what basically that does, it helps boost the foaming action, and it's a great cleanser for sensitive skin types. If you guys follow me throughout my journey here on my YouTube channel, I am gonna try my best to only provide ones that I think are actually good, and this one I can say is actually really good. All right, as for toner, I do use this or this, the Anawa PDRN 100 Hyaluronic Acid Booster Toner. I bought a separate nozzle for this spray type, because it's not a spray type, but I just switched it, and then I added a bit of vitamin C serum inside this. But I want to talk about this one, Torriden Dive-In Hyaluronic Multi-Pad. If you open it up, it's got these tweezers, and the pad is so thin. Sometimes kind of grab two without me even noticing it. And what I do, either let it sit on my face while I dry my hair, or I just wipe off my face very gently. And for those of you who don't know what a toner pad is, like the name itself, it's literally just toner, as you guys can see. And there are these pads inside. It's to make it simple, right? Without having to get a separate cotton pad, put toner on it, and then do it. They just built this all-in-one toner plus cotton pad, which we call in Korea toner pad. Let's take a look at the ingredients. So this pad has 3 key ingredients. There are 5 forms of hyaluronic acid, panthenol, and gluconolactone. So this specific pad uses 5 different hyaluronic acid. So basically what the small molecules do is go deeper into the skin, and what the larger molecules do is hydrate the surface. And panthenol is like a repair system. It converts to vitamin B5, which is actually essential for keeping your skin barrier healthy and strong. If your skin is dealing with irritation or redness, panthenol actually helps to calm that down. All right, and as for serum and ampoule, I use this BRINGGREEN Zinc Teca Blemish Serum. This serum is specifically targeted for blemish or acne prone skin. This is like my go-to. Like I have used, I mean this is a new one, but I just stock up on these every single time there's an ILLIYOON sale. I actually have another new one. You know that this is like my holy grail, and this is what I have been using for so long. I don't know if you guys can see it well, but it is lightweight, and it smells like tea tree. It does have a bit of a sticky feeling to it. I think that's supposed to kind of like help the foundation kind of stick well. But if you don't like that sticky feeling, then avoid this. But this has just been my go-to serum. All right, let's take a look at the ingredients. Niacinamide, Teca Complex, and Zinc PCA. The sample, like I said, it's aimed for acne care, sebum control, and barrier repair. Niacinamide is good for brightening dark spots and controlling oil. Teca is for healing breakouts and calming redness. Zinc PCA is for fighting acne without drying out the skin. If you guys have seen my moisturizer video, you've seen this, but it's the ILLIYOON Ceramide Auto Lotion. This one is another one that I stock up on whenever there's sale. I mean, this is what I've been using. This is a new one, another new one. All these are the same Auto Lotion. It's very gentle on the skin. Like it feels so good. It feels so smooth, and it kind of leaves this coat on top of your skin, but it's not like that sticky coat. It's kind of like a protection coat. So it feels like it's being hydrated underneath this coat, while this is kind of like protecting it from escaping. and there's no smell. So good, I love this. But do keep in mind, because of this coat, dog hair or dust, it can kind of stick to your face, so make sure you keep that in mind. But I love this. I've been loving this cream. So let's take a look at the ingredients. So there's ceramide, cholesterol, and phytosphingosine. Ceramide keeps hydration sealed inside. Cholesterol keeps the skin barrier flexible and also strong. And phytosphingosine, it calms inflammation and fights off bad bacteria. All right, last but not least, sunscreen. So I use this Beauty of Tosan Relief Sun Rice Plus Probiotics SPF 50 Plus PA 4 Plus. If you guys have seen my sunscreen video, I tested this out just for that video because I've never used this and I wanted to see what the hype was all about. Ever since I tested it for that sunscreen video, I've been using this every single day. This sunscreen, it has rice extract for boosting hydration and it goes on very smooth, but I do want to let you know it can leave a bit of a white flake. I actually don't know if that's because of all the flour dust that's been going around in Seoul these days, or if it's because of this, or maybe it's because of this and this combined, because like I told you, this one kind of has that sticky feeling. This one, maybe it's the rice. I am not too sure, but it does sometimes leave white. It's not white cast, but it's like white bits, like small pieces of white flakes. But as you can see on my palm, nothing. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this far. I have so many things that I want to share with you guys on this channel regarding skincare. Like I mentioned before, I will eventually be talking about makeup as well, so stay tuned for that and subscribe if you have not yet. If you have any questions about Korean skincare, any questions about specific Korean products, leave them in the comments. I'll run to ILLIYOON and get back to you on that. I'm Lex from Seoul. See you in the next one.